15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engines running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower clear.
Alright, we're live. Let me bring up Chattering real quick here. Storing. How's everyone doing? Hey. Alright, so we should be good. We're gonna do some art today, I think. Take a break. Alright, so we doing cats today? No, we're not doing cats today. We're going back to the main build. We need to figure out what we're going to do with this situation here, if we're going to use this design. Like, how do we want to approach the arms? Because they were cool when they worked well for the, but now, like, if I'm going to overextend everything, they're going to be a little bit high. But there was always the question, too, if that even mattered, like... Because the choices are, do we want to do some Blender Gray Box, or do we want to do some Substance Painter Learning? And the Substance Painter Learning is going to be kind of boring to watch. But we could also do the Substance Painter Learning when we have something worth adding materials to. So it's kind of a... Yeah, because I want to get rid of... See, when things were smaller, this worked fine, right? But I don't think, if we look at these... Alright, so let's say, as an example here, we throw in just a little representation of the ship. Right, like we have to grab it. Oh, weird. Why is it like when I make it editable? Yeah, because this is the model. Thinking. What are we gonna do? I want to get something done today in gray box form. What is it with all these extra edges? Hey, Tickle Blade, how's it going? How about you? How goes the work? It goes good. I'm thinking about fleshing everything out to make a vertical slice. But lately we thought about changing the hangar design so that the ship can actually be stored. Right, so it's like a repeating loop. But I hate having to redesign the ship arm. And we could make it Blender, we could make it bone IK with. Test it. Anyway, let's bring over. Yeah, let's just make. Let's grab an arm and make it local. We'll link it, we'll make it local. Or we'll make the instances for you. But then we're gonna move it. You ship on Godot. V2 Godot. Except for like the hierarchy wouldn't change. Why can't I change modes? Can't unable to execute toggle edit mode. Error changing modes. It's never happened in Blender before. That's weird. Weird. Let me just Google that. Blender error changing modes. 4.4. Could be in conflict with an add-on. I don't really have any add-ons. There's one that I can turn it off. Okay. Turn those on. So I'll just save it and restart it. Can't edit this one, so this one is still an instance for some reason. I think it makes sense we can edit the ship, but we're getting errors on this one. Yeah, it's because they're linked still. Yeah, all of this is linked. Why? Hey, Mongo. Mungalo, is there a quick way to select all of these and make them local? Because it, like the materials, everything here is coming in from the reference. But I want to do it for everything. Yeah, it's like if I don't fully select it, it's not working. Select the whole hierarchy. Yeah, there's so little ones that it's like not. Actually, that didn't work. What? Just make it local. Wait. What? Just edit it. I duplicated it upside down. But this is from like the asset. It's something that I just linked in from the asset browser. This ship arm, but I want to create another full different variant of it. Hey, Satellix! Welcome, guys. How's it going, Satellix? Yeah, we're making a new version of it pretty much. So I brought it in anyway. I made it local, and there's still like stuff in it that's not doing what we want it to do. It's like every little mesh instance is not like going local. Just going good, Brad. Struggling with the mechanics. I got mad. Went to actually make some art assets. Well, hopefully it's a tinker or two away from working. I'm not sure what make local does. That or just brings it into the scene. Makes it local to the scene. And I don't know, it appears to be working, but it makes the links go away so we can edit them, but I don't know why it's just not working on all of them. Like, make instances real doesn't do anything to it. What does onlink do? Nothing. Well, let me find one that's still linked. Right, so this is still linked to the original ship arm. Yeah, I get that. But I'm just trying to make it local. I get that it's still linked to the ship arm. Click that linked icon. This one? Not linked icon, maybe. On the data bar? This? Oh, okay, good. That's a lot faster. Gotcha. Those users in the blend file, which is fine. Cool. Yeah, I'm still not sure the direction I want to go with this. Yeah, so what I'm working on these days is while I was trying to clean up the netcode a little bit, but I wanted to change the design of the hangers. Instead of them being like pads on the outside, they're going to be changed to do this instead. So there's a full rotation. The view layer is just showing what I was like to see to mess with stuff. Use the property bar. Gotcha. Alright, so this state just resets itself, pretty much. Alright, so this is just this. And I think that'll work fine enough as some form of I might have to like add some topology to it and like mechanically think about how it works a bit more as far as like where other pistons and things, but the idea is to hide it from the player. But I want to create like a different type of IK system that can kind of grab the ship from pretty much anywhere without having to move as much, and it can just move like on one rail, and it'll be a little bit more simple. We won't have the dual. That's the idea anyway. I don't know if I want to just keep this or how I want these motors to kind of work. Hmm. Won't leave delete, what the hell? There were just so many of them. Hmm. Hmm. What does it do that? It's so hard to keep transforming. Oh, that's the same thing. Oh, because these are linked. Right. Huh. Yeah, not quite sure. I like the look of this aesthetically. Hmm. Alright, we'll be right back. Use washroom. Do you want to run? Yeah, two of those together joined will actually work really well. Well, I just need to kind of figure out another way of coding them. I do like the look of, I like the way this is kind of going with this. Alright, I'm going to leave it there for tonight. And then we'll come back to it tomorrow. Not quite. I'm not 100% convinced that making an IK system for this is going to be that great, but I think it'll work. Like I really just need to think about making sure that I clear ships, which is why I want it to be double jointed. I want to keep the same kind of design as before, but you know, ideally the ship's just going to hover right here anyway, so you can go and work on it. But I just want to have a really nice IK system that would kind of be able to at least reach the ship. So I'm thinking like this piece here will always kind of be straight, like this way, so that this one can kind of rotate. They can kind of pick the ship up and like realign it, and then kind of move it back. So I'll kind of see like how I want that to go. I had a bout against weird UV unwrapping till I remembered I hid the seams in the overlay. Like, I'm thinking how this is going to work, Mungalo, is this is going to be the control, and there's going to be like two IKs, so there's like, when this is moving like up and down, this will kind of automatically go forward and kind of like push itself forward and back, like dynamically, so that this whole piece here becomes the control, like the thing that seeks. What are we doing on normal? Oh. Right, so that it'll just have a limitation of how far back it can go, and how far forward. That's what you're at. Originally, but not more recently. I haven't done a double joint system, because the old one was a lot more simpler. I just needed to make it more higher. Because I don't want to do the original design, which is like the CNC machine. Well, because this one rotates this way and rotates this one using the depreciated 2-bone Arcano. No, I was literally just moving it like this way, like moving this one on this axis and this one on this axis. And then when I get to this point, as this one increases its angle towards the target, it automatically moves forward. But I might move to the 2-bone Arcano if I can get it to work. But it just depends on if I can get it to work. That was Gun Antics. Because I do like this concept better. I don't know, what do you think, Antics? This is the new concept. Where we have the minimalist amount of space required to cycle the system. Right, so it's a continuous loop. And then on the arm side, we hide it kind of up here, and it comes down and grabs the ship. And then everything here becomes a lot more open and easy to fly in and out of. And it's based upon this system that I want to do here, where we have hangars instead, but they're big hangars, so they're going to be like let me find it. Hey, Ashley. Right, so this is how I want the new system to be. Because I think this will look way better. So the new system will have either double entrances or one entrance, so there's enough room for ships to fly in and out of. And they can pick one of the 8 kind of pads. Yeah, make it all rigid bodies, use integrated forces for fancy mass dependency. Should be easy. Right, so that's kind of what I'm working on now, so that way, you know, like, this will make a lot more sense. And then from the exterior perspective, we're not rendering any of that extra detail. Like, it's just going to be like a lot. So there's a lot more we can do with it this way. And it's, you know, we have the new like loading area system, which is kind of this. Alright, so we have dual intake and loading, you know, kind of conveyors. So you can just keep feeding stuff onto the conveyors, and it'll keep feeding it into the area. Alright, so there's like a load up and an unload, and of course you can still just, you know, summon it. And even this is designed so that it'll hide it when it goes down. So everything now is just going to be designed in a way that, you know, like things can spawn in the world, including the ship, without, you know, needing to. Right, so everything will kind of, you know, work in a way that there's no pop-in. So that's the idea. Physically, it would also make sense in terms of game design and gameplay. Yeah. right? So we just spawn in the ship, and then it'll work for NPCs as well, right? NPC ships will just land. Like the other, like the thing about that, like NPC ships can land, you know what I mean, and despawn for now, because I could make them land, and then the NPC like kind of gets out and walks in through the station or whatever. But like really, like, you know, they can just go down, and then that NPC will spawn inside the station, and you know that they've arrived. Because by the time you see that ship land, and you yourself land, you have no idea that, you know, like the transition between this NPC going into, you know, the actual, like, you know, hangar area, and then, you know, moving around and doing everything on the nav missions. I think that's fine. You know what I mean? Yeah, you just have a value if you have. Oh yeah, and that's what I want for the loading. For the loading, like say instead of like spawning in the whole thing and bringing it up, you could just queue up. I want to auto spawn, you know, 50 units, and then it'll just keep loading them on, you know, and then you're just pulling them from one location. And it's the same thing when you get there and you want to unload it. Instead of stacking it all, you're just tossing it all on the ramp, and as soon as it goes in behind this area, it just despawns anyway. You know what I mean? So the whole system becomes faster and easier to use, and for components, you still use the center area, right? If you're still loading in engine parts and all that stuff to put on your ship, you just use the standard loading ramp, right? You queue up what you want, and, you know, spawns in, and you grab it and you snap it on the ship. Well, that's the whole point of the space game, right? The ship is nothing but a truck in space, right? So that's what I want to, and then what I want to have is in the top up here. I want to have a little overview area where you're looking out, where you can see the ship. Oh, like a forklift sim? Oh yeah. So like this is me like really rethinking this in a more scalar sense, and then so for antics like this is a 24 by 32, which means if we do a 32 by 64, we have large ships, and we can do 2 large ships adjacent, and they can just come in and park sideways, right? So then we have and anything bigger than that would need to be docked. So the system works, right? Like it works in all kind of cases. And then for the large ones, they won't have the like these, right? They'll have more of a giant kind of thing that'll come down and kind of grab it, and it's already so big that there's no kind of variance like with the small ships. So that's the you know, the idea. So then we have like large ships covered for future. We have our mediums, small fighters. You're just landing them in the hangar. There's no, you know, like everything on the fighters you can just kind of access on the top side. There's no, you know, crazy underbelly stuff on those. You're rewriting your movement code to be more like Godot intended way, now that I know a bit more about Godot. So much more smoother integration already. Nice. Yeah, so this is kind of, this is the idea now, what I'm doing. I think ultimately it's going to look better when I get it all done, but, you know, it's adding more time. But I think this will create a more polished experience. You know, I think it's going to work, and we'll make it so like the, you know, the kind of like rails come up and you can't actually like, you know, enter it when the, you know, when the ship is kind of rotating and things like that. No losing contact with the floor when the floor falls off, like you start going upstairs and so on. Oh, cool. But yeah, I played around more with some of the Godot builds. I finally figured out how to do a lot of my .NET builds as independent, like full builds. So now there's no .NET DLLs. I was going through all the settings and doing like a better release candidate with like more performance and bundling everything and setting it up correctly. So I have like 2 different versions. This is the new one, the new kind of like export template, which is like way faster and way lighter, way smaller. And then I have another version of this template for the server and for like for testing, which does separate the PCK from the actual executable, so that the star system, so that the star system itself can be loaded in separately, right? So this one's only like 60 megs, and this one loads the PCK, which is 300 megs. And this build is exactly the same, it's just that this one will be a little bit more, right? This will be more of how the server templates will work, because the server will run this particular build no matter what star system, and then it'll have a PCK for each of the like kind of like the custom levels that it's running. The idea is that like a server build, when given a a specific space station, or not a space station, but a specific like star system, will only have what it needs to run that star system, and it can just reference whatever set of PCK files that it needs to kind of spin things up. And pretty good. All of the Jolt stuff worked well, and there's a lot of stuff now rewritten. So all the cargo system's been redone. Yeah, it's been good. Like I've been back into it again. This is a new thing that I'm working on. This is the new physics system that I'm working on for the. I can't really grab it to show you in this build, but and the bone constraints need to be adjusted. But I have the ragdolls in now for NPCs. So the idea when we I have them like just hanging on to an attractor right now, which is kind of pulling them. But very, very soon we'll be able to tractor the NPCs once they're incapacitated. Because there's a whole gameplay loop of like grab the NPC, put them on the tractor beam, or put them on the gurney, and then they become an item, like for smuggling and for incapacitating them. And they work fine. The only thing I have to do is I have to fix the spine. We have to go in and change the twist constraints on the bones. I'm using a very limited selection of bones, but the way that they're connected needs to be changed up. The kids today and their strange dances, right? Yep. Yeah, that a friend of mine in the Godot Discord, Booch, has been going crazy with them over the last while. So I want to show you. Check this out. First, I have it extracted in. I just need to get my mouse back. Alright, you ready for this, antics? So this is what, oh god. We might have to reset this, never mind, let's redo this again. I don't know how to quit it. 1 second. This is an old build of it. Go on like stream on YouTube. What? Oh my god, this is full screen. Why won't you let me do the full for this? It's like up won't do what up normally does. Whatever, fine. Okay, so check this out. Yeah. Watch. I'm just slowing down the physics simulation. Woo! So holding right click is what brings the time scale down. But anyway, this is Booch's method of doing ragdolls. It's super fun to play with, dude. But anyway, there's 100 of them. I can reset them. Try to get into. I just don't. Just that one guy, you know. Anyway, it is actually super fun. But so yeah, that's something that Dooch slapped up together as a prototype, and yeah. So I think it's fine. I think Jolt is great. So anyway, so we have the rag dolls, but we just need to finish the code for the bones. It takes a lot of nurturing. Or it takes a little bit of nurturing, anyway. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. It's 10 o'clock. I'll come back to this. I like this. I think this works. Right, so to be a kind of a shaft. It'll be like a rail system, but this is kind of like rotating on, going back and forth. And we'll kind of enclose it a bit and add a bit more kind of like shape to it. Kind of cut it out a bit more, make it more like metal. Yeah, it works fine. The interpolation for rigid bodies, I have that turned on. I've been loving like 4.4 is like perfect for the game. Like just it's crazy. I just wish I had more time. Yeah, I just need more time, more resources. We'll get there. Because I'm starting to see a lot of this come together now, and I really want to get this new hangar module finished. Because I would like to adapt this to also be the same single one, like, because it's going to have to be higher, right? So I'm going to have to change the way I look at a single hangar anyway, so I'm thinking like there'll be like a version of this that's just, they're just independent, and they just have an opening. And they'll be like, I can snap a bunch of them onto a bigger dynamic prefab. So there's like, there's an agenda, right? There's a plan of like how I'll scale these, and how they'll work, and like how this will work. Like when you, there's gonna be like a kind of a doorway that'll bring you in and up, and there'll be like a little area here, and then there'll be an entrance going into the rest of the station. So there'll be like, all of this will be isolated within its own space. I just don't know if I need more space this way to kind of, you know, have a bit more of a walkway. And I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the bars that kind of come up when we want to. But nothing's show-stopping. It's just more game design decisions. But I think ultimately, you know, when the sprint is done, of kind of reimagining the hangars, I think it'll be better. It'll be more scalable, less pads, you know. Because, you know, when this is kind of all working, I should just be able to duplicate, you know, we should really just make either, you know, lots of internal ones, or they could be in a isolated, exposed entrance. I just need to take into account that there's going to be a little bit more space underneath the airlock. So we'll probably transfer that same space about, so it looks balanced, and there'll be probably like more of a hexagon or something, you know? But there'll be a method to the madness. Alright, well anyway, I'm going to end it here on YouTube, and then I'm going to go find someone to raid on Twitch. And I think we're making some progress on this design, that I like at least. And we'll see, I think it'd be cool, like, to be able to, from up here, like in the top of the cargo area, to be able to look down and see a ship, and have that. If you remember in the original Star Citizen hangars, having that top area where you can look out and see the ship, I think would be cool. And this works as a temporary, kind of like a habitation module, a non-configurable habitation module for players that don't have their own spot. It's like a temporarily assigned one while you have a hangar. So I think it's a good idea, but yeah. But I need to get this final arted. Visiting pilots, parks are free of course, yeah. Right, and it'll just be a room that spawns in, you know, when the player is given the, you know, the actual hangar. Alright, we'll end it here on YouTube, and we'll be back tomorrow.